Alright everyone, welcome back to the Ironman Texas Prep Series. So on Monday, this week started with a recovery swim. Now my recovery swims are about 2,500 to 3,000 yards. So it's still actually decent volume considering the Ironman swim is only around 4,200, I believe. So that's Monday. I had a 30-minute easy recovery spin on the bike at 175 watts as well. So these next 11 weeks are gonna be some of the biggest volume weeks we do. Coming off a rest week last week, things are gonna start building back up. We're gonna get up to 17 hours this week of training. It's gonna be a lot of aerobic volume, not too much intensity, but mostly aerobic volume to make sure that it's Ironman specific training. So that's exactly what we have today, Tuesday morning. It's just an hour at aerobic pace, and this is actually a good test to see if I'm in zone 2 or my aerobic pace, where it should be pretty comfortable to talk to the camera and it's not too bad. So we're at 175 watts. I'll push it up to 200 watts towards the end of the ride. So rides like these are gonna be really important for these next few weeks because they're gonna let us get a lot of volume in, but they're not gonna build too much fatigue because they're not too intense. Now starting Tuesday mornings, I've been doing an hour aerobic ride on my bike, making sure to stay in aero for the whole time. But the main point of this workout is that we take away the fan. So we're trying to induce some heat acclimation while we're here in the cold weather because Texas is likely going to be pretty warm, especially compared to Chicago at the time. So we're taking away the fan on that session and we're really trying to stay in aero the entire hour straight. All right, session number 2 for the week is done. Wait, no, that's session number 4. All right, session number 4, 1 hour, 1 minute and 42 seconds on the bike. So we had a 10-minute warm up. I started at 150 watts and then built up to 190 and then finished off the ride for 50 minutes at zone 2 at 195 watts. So an easy workout. Without the fan does make it a little harder, but it's nothing too crazy. So Tuesday afternoons after class, I have my biggest run session of the week. So it's not the biggest in terms of volume, but it's the biggest in terms of intensity. So I had 4 by 5 minutes at 5K pace. So I'll let myself take over from here. All right, time for a threshold run. It's really more of a VO2 max run though. So we have 4 by 5K. So last week was the rest week, so we're not gonna build this run. So the last time I did this run, it was also 4 by 5K, and usually we'll add an extra rep. So normally it'd be 5 by 5K, but coming off the rest week last week, we're not gonna build into it too quick. So 4 by 5K, 4 by 5 minutes at 5K pace. So it'll be about 6 to 6:20 pace. And then I pulled out the race shoes for this. So it's getting to the point now where we're getting close enough to the race where we wanna get used to the different biomechanics of running in these race shoes. You can see how gushy they are. So it's definitely different to run in these. Normally I run in these Adidas SL shoes, and they do have like a puck cutout in the front here. It's like a puck size cutout of this race foam. So you can kind of get used to it, and you can kind of get feel to like the energy return you get with it. But when you have the entire sole of the shoe as the race foam, it definitely feels different. So we're gonna start pulling these out just for these Tuesday runs. We'll still do the long runs in these trainers. And then as we get closer to the race, probably like a month out, maybe 5 weeks out, we'll do even the long runs in these race shoes. So that'll be it for today. After this workout, the hardest workout for the week will be done. And And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow probably on the bike for another aerobic ride. Yeah.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Chipotle. All right, the run is finished. So that was another really good workout. So the previous two, I don't know, I've done this workout like 4 or 5 times now. And previously I was doing the 5-minute efforts at like 6:20 or 6:30. It probably wasn't as slow as 6:30. It was like 6:10 to 6:20. But this time around, they were much better. So we went for the first effort, 5:59 per mile. For the second effort, 5:55 per mile. The third effort was 6:10. The fourth effort was 6:10, and then I was wrong earlier. There was only 4 by 5 minutes. So we actually took it down from the previous time we did it, and then we're gonna build back up next week to 5 by 5 minutes. So a really good workout. We're moving pretty good today. And then, as usual, some Chipotle. I need my Chipotle sponsorships, please. Thank you. All right, so that's it for the workouts on Tuesday. Okay, we have a very race-specific ride today. So after a 20-minute warm-up, we got 5 minutes at zone 3. So this is just to warm up the legs a bit and then fatigue them slightly before the Ironman efforts. So after those 5-minute efforts, 2 of those, then we'll go into 2 by 15 minutes at Ironman pace. So it's only a total of a half hour at Ironman pace. So it's nothing crazy, but the more total time we can get in Ironman effort, the better it's going to be on race day, the better it's going to feel, and the better we're going to be able to run off of it. So all right, zone 3 efforts are done. We have a 2-minute cool down, and then we'll be into the 2 by 15 minutes at Ironman. So we're gonna focus on a good cadence, something like 80 to 85. I tend to sit around 77 to 78 on the trainer, which is kind of low. It's not too low for the trainer, but ideally I'd be around 85 to 90. So if I can go 80 to 85 on the trainer, outside, I should be close to 85 to 90. So I'm gonna focus on that, and then staying in aero, as everyone should on their Ironman efforts. And yeah, that's it. Just trying to make it feel easy, as it should. So I should be able to hold this for 4.5 hours. So all right, that's the run done for this morning. So the morning session is over. We did 2.4 miles in 20 minutes. So that'll be it for this morning. I'll get some footage of the pool today. We have a swim later on, and then that'll be it for Wednesday. So 3 sessions is enough for one day. All right, right, so today's Thursday morning, and as usual, we have a hard bike on Thursday. But this week, we're actually switching it up. So the last 4 weeks, we've been doing that threshold, which was 30, 40, 50, and 60-second efforts. So we finished that progression. That was a 4-week progression. So now we're gonna move on to longer thresholds. So this is, again, moving in the direction of being more race specific. So 30-second efforts is not very specific towards an Ironman. So now we're moving on to 4 by 10 minutes at 290 watts. So the goal of this ride is to help us hold a higher percentage of FTP. So the previous workout was a lot higher power. It was well above FTP. It was like 380 or something watts. So now we're down to 290. So it's below FTP. So like the previous workout was, the purpose was to increase FTP. So if we were to hold the same percentage and increase FTP, we'd be doing more power. So the purpose of this workout is not to increase FTP anymore. It's to hold a higher percentage of FTP for Ironman. So it's a total of 40 minutes of work, 4 by 10 minutes at 290. I think it's actually 292 watts. So it sounds like it's gonna be painful. We'll see how it is though. All right, so for these Thursday rides, I generally don't take any fuel, but because this one is over this one's like 45 minutes worth of efforts, so it's pretty long. I'm just gonna take one of these gels, which has 22 grams of carbs in it. So it's nothing crazy, but I think it'll be useful for like the last 10-minute effort. That's probably when I'll need it, so. All right, that's effort number 1 done. So first 10-minute effort at 290, 292. Okay, it was better than I thought it was gonna be, which is good. Yeah, it's I did the whole thing in aero position, so that was good too, because it's harder to push power there, especially higher power. All right, done with number 2. It felt good again. Like they feel sustainable, which is kind of crazy, like 290 watts. I feel like I could almost do just 4 times through this, like without breaks, like 1 times 40 minutes at 290 watts, which is good. I've never done that before. But I mean, it still hurts, but it's supposed to hurt. Like, you don't want to get, I mean, some of these workouts are made to hurt. You don't want to stop just because it hurts. That's part of the workout. It's supposed to be like that. It's not like something's going wrong. So it's good. We got 2 more to go. All right. It was another good bike workout. We're on a roll here with the good training. We're just getting into a rhythm of good training, which is kind of just what you need. You need to just fall into your routine for Ironman build, because if you're thinking about every day and every week you need to do, the training kind of becomes overwhelming. So yeah, it's a good day's work of training. We still have an aerobic run today. That'll be it for this morning. I don't have much time before class, so I'm gonna probably, ooh, that's dark over here. I don't have much time before class, so I'm probably going to just eat a piece of toast and probably like a protein shake. I don't really have time to make a real breakfast. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back and eat a real breakfast, or a real lunch, I guess, after the run. So that'll be it for this morning. We'll see you on the run in about 2 or 3 hours after class. So session number 2 for the day is a 45-minute run. So this is gonna be done as 21 minutes of active, like recovery kind of. It's 8:14 minute per mile, so it's like aerobic zone 2 work. And then we go into 8 times through 30 seconds hard at 6:30, and then 2.5 minutes at 8:15. So it's basically 30-second strides. All right, so now it's Friday, and Fridays are just swims usually. I have a 30-minute easy bike ride, which is more of a recovery ride just to spin the legs out. And then I also have 30 minutes of core strength, which I do at the gym at my school. So this morning before class, I swam 3,000 yards. I don't know what's wrong with my swim. Like, it feels okay. I feel like fine when I'm swimming, but when I get to the end of the pool and I check the time, it's like horrendous. I don't know why. So the total was 3,000. Like, it was okay. Like, I feel fine swimming. I don't feel terrible, but when I check the time, it's pretty bad. and I don't know why. So we got to work on that. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement on the swim right now. So usually I'm decent at the swim, but right now it does not feel good. So now that that's done, we just have one more session for the day, just a 30-minute recovery ride. So it's at like 175 watts. So we'll get that done for today, and then tomorrow morning we'll be on the bike pretty early because usually I like to get my long rides done on Saturday early just so I have the rest of the day. Because if I don't start my bike ride until like 10, if it's like a 5-hour bike ride, it won't be done until 3, like the day's kind of already gone. So we're not at that point yet. We're not at 5 hours. We're at 3 hours tomorrow. So I can probably start around like 9 and I'll be done at 12, and that's not a bad time. So we'll get that done, and then yeah, we're moving our way through the week. It's building up to be another good week of training. We just got to get working on the swim. It'll come. It always does get better, but it just seems to be taking more time than usual, this build. So. All right, here we are Saturday morning. So we got our 3-hour long ride this week. So for breakfast, I had some pancakes, and I put a scoop of protein in there. But it's really just for the sugar and carbs to last me the first hour. So I'll just kind of count breakfast as the first hour of nutrition. So like I won't take any gels. I'll just take water. And then for hour 2, we have 2 of these gels, each with 22 grams of carbs. And then for hour 3, I have a bottle with Tailwind Nutrition, which is like probably like 40 grams in the bottle. So not too much calories today, but it's a pretty short ride for being the Saturday ride. 3 hours is pretty short. All right, hour 1, that's the end of the first hour. So we did 5 by 1 minute at FTP, and then straight into 25 minutes at Ironman effort. So the pancakes fueled us through the first hour, and now going into the second hour, we'll take both of these. So I don't know, I'll probably take one like 15 minutes in, and then 45 minutes in. So that'll fuel us for the hour number 2. Same structure, 5 by 1 minute at FTP, and then 25 minutes at Ironman. And then for the last hour, I have just nutrition in a bottle, which also has carbs in it. So that'll last us the whole 3 hours. All right, so hour 2 is done. I took the 2 gels, so like 46 grams of carbs for hour 2. This actually puts us in the middle of the second to last Ironman effort, but they're feeling pretty easy, as they should, so I don't mind talking during them. So with the last hour, we're gonna finish as 5 by 1 minute at FTP, and then 25 minutes at Ironman effort. So that's gonna be it for the ride. 3 hours, another good one. Legs are feeling good, the bike's feeling really good. So we'll finish off Saturday with a nice easy 20-minute brick run, and that'll be it for today. We're gonna make sure to eat a lot after this bike. Make sure we refuel for tomorrow, because tomorrow morning we have a long run for the week, so we don't want to fall behind on calories. So yeah. All right, so now it is Sunday. I just got back from a swim lesson, which is it was great. I learned that my swim technique is actually not that bad. I just need to basically make better swim sets for myself that'll push me harder. In terms of technique, which sounds weird, but I do a lot of technique work, and I do a lot of hard swimming, but I generally don't put them together. So basically, he was saying that I need to do technique work while swimming hard, because that's how you go fast. You do good technique while also swimming hard. So that's good news. I was expecting him to tell me I look like an elephant in the water, but it wasn't that bad. So that was good. And now for Sunday's workout, we have an hour and 35-minute run. So I have 3 by 17 minutes at Ironman pace again, which I'll do at 7:30, maybe 7:20 if I feel good. If I don't feel good, maybe I'll do it at 7:40, somewhere around there. Nothing too crazy for this run, no super high intensity, just the highest or the fastest pace I'll go is Ironman pace. And then after that run, we'll have a 30-minute bike ride just to spin out the legs after the run. So with this being Sunday, that's it for the week. This is the last workout. I'm not going to bring the GoPro with. But we'll be back next Sunday with another video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.